Post 2026 NFL draft, there have been some crazy dynasty trades that I've seen in the past couple of weeks. If you're new here, my name is Ethan. I'm here with my boy Garrett, and welcome back to Hive Fantasy. Today I have 6 trades that I pulled from KeepTradeCut that I'm actually going to put Garrett on the spot with. He hasn't had the time to analyze any of these. I'm going to put him right on the spot and see what side of these trades really won this deal, because I was shocked with some of these trades that I saw. G, good luck. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on these. Starting us off, we have Breece Hall on side A for Jadarian Price and a 2027 round 3 pick. Give me your thoughts.
All right, off the cuff, authentic reactions here. Haven't looked at these deals, but let's start with the first one. Breece Hall for Jadarian Price and the third. I mean, I'm gonna need more on top of Jadarian Price. If I'm moving Breece for Price, I get that Price is a big time riser after that first round capital, landing on Seattle. But man, I think Breece is a little undervalued right now, overlooked. And I know he's still on the Jets, but they're improving that offense, man. They added a lot in the NFL draft, and Geno Smith at quarterback. It's not like he's a world beater, but he's gonna get the job done. He's gonna keep the offense moving. So I like Breece here, I think.
I side with you too, and I think with Charbonnet coming back from the ACL, Dynasty is a 1, 2, 3 years of value. And so, hopefully Price comes in, is able to compete with Sharp, but, it's not like Sharp's just off the team, right? I know it's his, contract year and, come back from injury, but I think Breece Hall has proven us too much to be a talented running back in the league. So I definitely lean side A as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Breece is in the second one as well. Straight up, Breece Hall for McConkey. And just to make a note too, and I'm sorry for not bringing it up at the beginning, but all 6 of these trades are 1 QB teams, full PPR league, and there's 12 teams in these leagues, right? So those are the kind of the parameters. And I mentioned that because, we can have some slight leans depending on whether it's like a full PPR, half PPR league, and things like that. So passing it back to you, G, tell me your thoughts on Breece Hall for McConkey.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, this might change depending on whether we're talking half PPR or full PPR. That's how close it is for me, because I think you could go either way here. If you need a running back, could take Breece. You need a wide receiver, could take McConkey. But that's the cop-out answer. No one wants that. So if I had to choose a side, I think I'm going McConkey, man. It might be a little bit unpopular, but in full PPR, I really like McConkey to have a bounce back year this year. He's a target magnet. Keenan Allen is most likely gone. They brought in McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. I think he should be really good for that passing game. So I think McConkey is the side that I would lean just slightly, with the uncertainty around the Jets, and Breece's long-term contract hasn't been sorted out either yet. So slight lean to McConkey here for me.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. This next one is an interesting one. We have A.J. Brown and the 2026 108, right? So right now, that's kind of the Omar Cooper Jr., Kenyon Sadiq, Fernando Mendoza for the 2026 104, which right now is like the Mekhi Lemon, Gordon Tyson, Jadarian Price. Although those projections are definitely subject to change, but give me your thoughts on this trade.
Yeah, man, that is a heck of a haul for 104. I mean, if we're thinking about 1 quarterback leagues, Jeremiah Love is 101. It's probably Carnell Tate 102, probably Jordan Tyson 103. If I had to guess on an ADP for 1 quarterback, that's probably how it goes in most leagues. So you're looking at a guy like Mekhi Lemon, who we like, but if you can trade Mekhi Lemon for A.J. Brown and the 108 and grab someone like Omar Cooper, Kenyon Sadiq, or if you need a quarterback, Mendoza, that is a great haul. I think A.J. Brown's going to be headed to the Patriots very soon, so I think I would take that side, and I'd be pretty happy with it personally.
I got to ask, do you think A.J. Brown, and do you need anything else for like a Mekhi Lemon, or like we're talking about landing spot? I mean, we definitely favor if A.J. Brown goes to the Patriots. I prefer that landing spot than Mekhi Lemon in a run-heavy offense at the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair straight up. So when you add the 108 to the A.J. Brown side, I think it tilts it quite a bit for me. So, yeah.
Yep. Side A, please join my league, because I'll take that all day long. All right, looking at this 4th trade. This one's starting to get a little tougher now. We have Side A giving Calvin Ridley for the 2026 205 spot.
Yeah, so 205, not quite as good of a prospect as it's been in recent drafts, but if I had to pick a side, I think I'm still leaning towards the 205 personally. Calvin really could bounce back a little bit, but he's way past that age apex, where receivers start to fall off a little bit once they get beyond 30 years old. Cardinal Tate's there now. Wan'Dale Robinson's there. Hunter Helms there at tight end. They got some other young wide receivers. So I don't know if I would be trading for Calvin Ridley personally, but the value's not terrible. You're not giving up like a bona fide stud at 205. So if you disagree with me, you like Calvin Ridley, which maybe Ethan does here, but I'm curious your thoughts.
Yeah, this one's tough for me. I think I lean the Calvin Ridley side just because I'm a little bullish on Cam Ward and that Titans offense. I think I also am just bullish on bringing in another stud in Carnell Tate to kind of ease the load that Calvin Ridley has. But the 205, I mean, I don't know. Ty Simpson, I don't know if Ty Simpson's falling to 205 now. Nick, I think it just depends, man. It's tough. I think it depends this is another cop out, but it also depends on whether I'm wanting to win now versus the future. Calvin Ridley could be a good, plug and play if I have a lot of buys. So this one's definitely tougher than the other ones we've seen, but I think I lean going opposite you for the first time on this one, Calvin Ridley.
I like it. It's no fun if we agree on everything. So
yeah, 100%. Let's move to the fifth trade on this list. This one was a shocker when I saw it for the first time. I'm not going to lie. DJ Moore and a 2027 first round pick for Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, and especially if this is an early to mid 2027 first, I'm smashing that side all day. Just the class is looking real juicy, man. We saw how weak this class ended up being. 27 is going to be pretty much the exact opposite. So if you can get a 2027 first plus a DJ Moore, who probably is the number one wide receiver for Josh Allen next year, I would definitely take that side personally. Now, maybe some people are still kind of, not ready to let go of the Marvin Harrison Jr. prospect profile. He was a heck of a prospect coming out. He's not dead or anything like that. He could still have a really nice bounce back year next year. But Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, Jeremiah Love, it's a lot of mouths to feed, and there's no guarantee that he justifies this kind of price. It's quite a bit to pay, right?
Listen, I feel like Marvin Harrison Jr. gets a lot more hate than he deserves because he produced fine, his first 2 years. It just didn't live up to the expectations. But I mean, you're talking about DJ Moore who's a stud and only 28, right? You talked about that 30-year kind of drop off. He's still playing well. He's going to an offense with Josh Allen that's just going to target the hell out of him most likely because he's going to be by far the best wide receiver on that team. And you're getting a 2027 first round pick. I mean, I would scratch my head and think about if it was just DJ Moore for Marvin Harrison Jr. straight up at this point, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Now,
spicy.
Not saying because, Dynasty, the age difference is probably what still leans me to the Marv side, but 2027 first round pick, Side A. Yeah, you can also join my league too, because I'll take that 10 times out of 10 for this trade. I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy haul.
Yeah.
And let's move to the last trade on this list. An interesting one. Your New York Giants running back Cam Skattebo and 2 2027 first round draft picks for Ashton Jeanty. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, we like both of these guys, right? We had Ashton Jeanty as our number 1 running back in the class last year, and we had Cam Skattebo as our number 5 running back in the class last year, which was higher than a lot of people had him. So we're pretty bullish on both of these guys. I do like both pieces. Obviously, Ashton Jeanty is going to be much more valuable long term. There's question marks with Skattebo a little bit. Can he stay healthy? We saw the injury last year. But for me, and I may be biased a little bit, but I saw enough from Cam Skattebo to take him in the 2 firsts, I think, personally. He was one of the top, producers in points per game last year as a rookie. And if he can be anything close to that, I think you got to take the 2 firsts on top, man, with how good that first round is looking next year. But, I could see arguments either way. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on where I project those picks to be. If you're talking about a team that is likely going to get, you know, 2 top 6, or, you know, one of those picks is going to be in the top 6 picks of the 2027 draft, then I'm like, okay, I think that can lean me that way. But I mean, Ashton Jeanty is like a guy that is a generational talent that people are hoping now with an upgrade at quarterback, with kind of new coaching coming in. He's going to be the dude in Las Vegas. I mean, you're hopeful that any 2027 prospect kind of lives up to the Ashton Jeanty hype, right? But to get 2 of them plus a like Cam Skattebo who's good, right? Like, I mean, yes, there's injuries and people always talk about his, you know, style of play that maybe leads to a little bit more injuries. But I mean, you're talking about 2 2027 first round picks with a pretty stacked class. I think it's closer than like my like instinct initially said here. But I also agree. I think that you have to go Cam Skattebo in the 2 2027 first round picks just with the future projection of what those picks, how much value they can hold. You know, you can get it,
Yeah.
you can get a haul just for those picks alone if you want to flip those picks, you know? So I think you have to go that way, although it'd be tough to let go of Ashton Jeanty and, you know, an improved Raiders offense. So
Yeah.
that's the last trade that I have on this list. G, thanks for giving us your thoughts. If anybody disagrees, leave a comment down below. Feel free to give us your trades. You know, we love kind of having these discussions of whether we think there's good value with certain trades. So feel free to give us a projected trade down below. We'll give us your thoughts. If you like these videos, subscribe. We have lots more coming your way. Leave us a like, and we'll see you next time. Peace.